Welcome to Olympic Stadium, home of the Montreal Expos and host to the Philadelphia Phillies. We go now to Harry Callis, Richie Ashburn, and Andy Musser for the starting lineups and the first pitch here on ESPN Classic.
Now the starting lineups for this afternoon's game. First of all, for the visiting Phils, Milt Thompson leads off in center field. Jeff Stone in left field will bat second. Juan Samuel, second baseman, hitting third. Mike Schmidt at third base will bat fourth. Bon Hayes, first baseman, hitting fifth. Glenn Wilson in right field bats sixth. Darren Dalton catching today. He'll hit seventh. Steve Jeltz, the shortstop, batting eighth, and batting ninth and pitching Don Carmen. Carmen's won 3, lost 5. His earned run mark is 4.30. For the Expos, Casey Candell leads off in center field. Mitch Webster in right field batting second. Tim Raines, the left fielder, will hit third. Tim Wallach at third base batting fourth. Hubie Brooks at shortstop hits fifth. Andres Galarraga, the first baseman, batting sixth. Vance Law at second base will hit seventh. Mike Fitzgerald catching, batting eighth, and batting ninth and pitching Larry Sorensen. Sorensen has won 3, lost 2. His ERA is 3.47. The umpires today, Joe West calling the balls and strikes. Randy Marsh at first base, Bob Engel at second, and Paul Runge will umpire at third. Defensively for Montreal, at first base, Andres Galarraga. Vance Law at second. Shortstop is Hubie Brooks. Tim Wallach at third. In the outfield, Tim Raines in left. Casey Candell in center field. Mitch Webster in right. Mike Fitzgerald catching today. For the veteran right-hander Larry Sorensen, 32 years of age, from Mount Clemens, Michigan. This broadcast is authorized under television rights granted by the Philadelphia Phillies solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Phillies and WTAF-TV is prohibited. Milt Thompson leading off, hitting at .256. Fastball high, 1-0 to Thompson. Sorensen has pitched for Milwaukee, St. Louis, Cleveland, Oakland, and the Chicago Cubs. Thompson beats that ball foul. And it's 1-1. Tim Wallach plays very shallow for Milt Thompson. Hubie Brooks plays in the hole.
A lot of room through the middle. To get the ball by the pitcher, he'd have a base hit.
Backing out of play, a ball and 2 strikes to Thompson. Sorensen's 4th start. He's appeared in 15 games in relief. He came to Montreal in a deal with the Phillies along with Tom Foley for Dan Schatzeder and Skeeter Barnes. Basically a sinker slider pitcher. Sorensen's best year was his first full year in the majors. He was an 18-game winner for Milwaukee in 1978. Pitching the All-Star game that year, worked 3 scoreless innings. Thompson is called out on strikes.
That's a pitch that Sorensen kept trying to make on Milt Thompson, was that inside corner sinker ball that tails out over the plate. That's almost a perfect pitch on a 3-2 delivery.
That'll bring on Jeff Stone, hitting at .266. Lifetime of .303 hitter against Montreal. Ground ball deflected by Sorensen to Vance Law, and Stone is out. 2 down. That'll bring on Juan Samuel. Samuel hitting at .266. He's hit safely in 8 straight games. One strike to Samuel. Sorensen was in the minor leagues last year. He was 5-5 at Portland, 2-3 at Indianapolis. He's ahead of Samuel, 0-2. Lee Elia coaching at third for the Phils. Irish Mike Ryan at first. It's a foul back behind the plate. Still 3-2.
Smashed his front foot with that foul ball.
Fouls it down the left field side. It remains 3-2. Jeltz is one of the few hitters in the major leagues that you see still choking up a little bit on the bat. Not many of them choke up on that bat. He works the walk, and he's a leadoff base runner. Don Carmen will be up there to try to move him along. Carmen 2 for 21 as a hitter after going 0 for his first 48 major league trips to the plate. And he'll try to get a bunt down. He gets the bunt down, fielded by Wallach, throws out Carmen, but the sacrifice is successful. It goes Wallach to Law. For round number 1, moving Jeltz to second base, and it'll bring on Milt Thompson, who was called out on strikes his first time up. 0-0 game here in the third. Thompson beats a foul first base side.
Andy and Margie Garrow from Philadelphia here today, and Mitchell and Sharon Friedman attending the ball game.
One strike to Thompson. A high chop. It's over the head of Wallach. Throw to third. No play there. Safe all around. Infield single for Milt Thompson. Jeltz moves up to third, and it'll bring on Jeff Stone.
Brooks really had no play because Jeltzy hustling was way ahead of Wallach at third base. Guess he thought he might get him rounding the bag.
That'll bring on Stone, who grounded out his first time up. Philly runners first and third. One out here in the third. One strike to Stone. Thompson gets back. Milt is 5th in the league in steals with 18 of them. He's been caught 4 times. There goes Thompson. Ground ball in the hole, vacated by Law. Base hit. Jeltz scores. Thompson to third, and the Phillies lead 1-0 on an RBI single by Jeff Stone. Law was covering, and Stone hit the ball right to the spot he vacated.
Probably more of a run and hit than a hit and run. Whatever it was, it worked. With Law covering on Thompson's attempted steal. Good speed here on the bases.
Thompson at third, Stone at first, one out, a run across, and Juan Samuel, the batter, he struck out his first time up. On strike to Samuel.
Well, Sammy's had some good pitches to hit first 2 times up here, including that last one of kind of a hanging slider.
Milwaukee leads the New York Yankees 1-0 at the end of 2 in New York. Teddy Guerra for Milwaukee against Ron Guidry. Boston, Detroit 0-0 after 2 at Detroit. Good pitching matchup there. Bruce Hurst and Jack Morris. Morris has won 7 in a row. That pitch does not count. Time had been called. Toronto at Baltimore. Toronto trying to extend their winning streak. They have won 11 in a row. They failed in the first. Musselman for Toronto against Schmidt for Baltimore. And the Orioles, who have lost 10 in a row, are wearing orange jerseys in today's game, trying to snap their 10-game losing streak. The last time they wore orange jerseys, 1984. See if that works. 2 strikes to Samuel. Mets in Pittsburgh 0-0 after 2. That's John Mitchell against Brian Fisher. The rest of the action will start a little later. Dribbles that ball back toward the mound. Sorensen to the plate just in time to get Thompson. Thompson arguing with Joe West, and his feet were in, and he tagged him high on the shoulder. John Felsky will come out and argue the call. Close play.
Take a look at it and judge for yourself. Well, it's kind of hard to tell.
He might have got his leg in there before the tag was made. We'll get a better idea from this angle.
Safe. Yeah, he did get his feet in there. Judgment call, and Joe West thought he called it the way he saw it, which he did.
There it is again. John Felsky and Jim Davenport, Claude Osteen, Mike Schmidt the batter. Schmidt grounded out short first his first time up. Stone at second, Samuel at first with 2 outs now. Hit to deep left center field. Way back goes Candell. Out of here. Home run. Michael Jack Schmidt, and the Phillies lead it 4-0. Number 14 for Schmidt. Career home run number 509.
One more hit for his 2000s hit. That's a pretty good one on that 1999th, a 3-run homer. First home run he's hit since coming off the disabled list, and it's given the Phillies a 4-0 lead on his 37th, 38th, and 39th runs batted in.
Bon Hayes a ground ball to Galarraga, who will make the unassisted putout. The Phillies have a good inning thanks to a 3-run homer by Schmidt. 4 runs in the inning. 3 hits. No Montreal errors and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's 4-0 Phils.
Batting for Sorensen as the Expos try to battle back in this thing. It's now a 4-1 ball game. Engel, a jack of all trades. He also does some catching. He's batting .213 as a pinch hitter, 3 for 12 with a home run and 3 runs batted in. Engel fouls one back over top the screen. Engel is a one-time American League All-Star. He represented the Twins in the All-Star game at San Francisco in '84. .268 lifetime hitter. 1-2. In the Expo bullpen, Kurt Brown, right-hander who was just called up when they put Yeomans on the DL, is warming. Engel hits the ball to left, and Stoney comes on to make the play. So the inning comes to a close. Montreal picks up their first run of the afternoon on 3 hits with 2 left. 4 complete. It's 4-1 Phillies. Our ball game goes to the 6th inning with the Phillies leading 4-1, trying to salvage the last game of this series. Why do you have a special birthday you wanted to announce?
Really a special birthday to Sam Conaselli in Norristown, PA. dear and good friend of ours.
Good enough. Here's Juan Samuel. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored. Brown in his 2nd inning of relief. You notice that he works out of the stretch even though there are no runners aboard. Well, Baltimore has tied that game with Toronto on a single by Lee Lacy. It's 1-1 there in the bottom of the 3rd. The Maine Guides are having a rough afternoon. They're trailing Pawtucket 7-2. That game is in the 6th inning. Out in St. Louis, nobody has scored. Cubs and Cards 0-0, 3rd inning. Tim Laudner hit a grand slam home run, and that gives the Twins a 4-0 start over the White Sox. Well retired on a play by Hubie Brooks, and that's out number 1 here in the 6th inning. Now the batter Schmidt. Mike hit a 3-run home run in his last at bat. The separation in this ball game right now. Mike grounded out his first time up. The next hit for Schmidt will be number 2,000 for his career.
Over 500 of those 2,000 hits, or 1,999, have been home runs. That's quite a feat.
Sounds like 25% to me, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's amazing. 1/4 of your hits home runs.
Mike is still in the process of reclaiming the club lead in RBIs. Samuel sneaked ahead of him while he was out. Right now it's 41-40 favor Samuel. Here's a ball hit deep to left field. Range doesn't even move. How about that for career hit number 2,000 for Schmidt? Phillies take a 5-1 lead. Schmidt with his 2nd home run of the day. Career hit number 2,000.
Got it on a 3-0 pitch. He got a green light. Montreal fans here giving Michael a standing ovation, and they've seen him hit a lot of big home runs in this ballpark. Nice going, Mike. Isn't that amazing? Picked up the 2 base hits he needed today. Won a 3-run homer. This is a 3-0 pitch right down Broadway. Boom. You're right. Tim Raines didn't move a muscle in left field.
Didn't even turn to watch it.
Boy, that's way deep in that bullpen. Right at the back of it.
1-0 the count on Hayes. Vaughn 1 for 2 with a double. Michael Jack, numbers 14 and 15 today. And now he and Samuel do share the RBI leadership, each with 41 of the team. A 5-1 Phillies lead. They get the run back that they lost when the Expos picked one up in the 4th on Fitzgerald's single. My math is off by 1. Schmidt still trailing Samuel by 1. It's 41-40 in the RBI chase. Guess you'll have to hit another one, Mike.
Good to see Mike with that home run swing going into Wrigley Field for a 4-game series.
Three and 1 to Vaughn. Hayes has very quietly, shall we say, hiked his batting average considerably. He's hitting about 265 right now. He was in the 240s for a long time. Fouled out of play. Full count. So Mike Schmidt has added another name to his belt, Kurt Brown. In fact, he's added 2 names today because he had not previously homered off Sorensen. And a base on balls for Hayes is 52nd. Seen a lot of that this year. Vaughn strolling down to first base, number 2 in the league in that category. And Larry Bernarth getting his bullpen up again. Here's Glenn Wilson 0 for 2. Runner goes, pitch out. He's out. Hayes caught by the second baseman Law on the pitch out.
Well, they really smell that hit and run. Either picked off a sign or guessed right. Close play. Very close play. Very close play.
Ball hit out into right center field. Webster over to make the catch, and the inning comes to a close. The Phillies pick up a run on the homer by Schmidt, his 2,000th hit. Nobody left on base. We go to the last of the inning. It's 5-1 Phillies. A 1-0 lead over the Cubs. Out in the right center field. Thompson there. Milt makes the catch. Wallach retired, 1 down in the 6th. The Mets, the Pirates, and the Astros will all be in on the Phillies' next homestand commencing Friday the 26th at 7:35. Don't forget we've got Gatorade Watch Day on Sunday that weekend. Pirates in for a rescheduled twilighter on Monday the 29th. Then the Astros come in beginning Thursday, July 2nd for a 4-game series and big fireworks on Friday the 3rd. Thompson going the other direction this time. makes the play. Brooks is out deep to left center field.
The last 6 outs have all been to the outfield.
The Belle of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. We wrote the book. Andres Galarraga will be the hitter. Pirates picked up their 3rd run, singled in by Rafael Belliard. Mets lead that game 4-3, bottom of the 4th. Galarraga today has struck out and flied to left. Andres batting .332. Came into the game with the 5th top average in the National League. 2-0. And here's a ground ball for Somwell. That breaks the outfielder streak. Somwell makes the play, and the Expos have gone in turn for the 2nd inning in a row. This ball game headed for the 7th inning with the Phillies holding a 5-1 lead.
And Harry Callis with us for the 7th. Harry.
All right, thanks, Rich. Darren Dalton leads off. He takes a strike. Dutch popped up and struck out. Phil's leading 5-1. Mike Schmidt has knocked in 4 of the 5. His 43rd multiple home run game in his career. Ball and a strike to Darren Dalton. Expos shift Dalton to pull. Wallach is way off the bag at 3rd base. And he does pull the ball, and he pulls it deep to right, and he pulls it right out of here. Home run, Darren Dalton. And the Phillies lead at 6-1 for Dutch's 2nd home run of the year.
Yeah, you can't set up a defense against that one. Line drive over the right field fence into the Phillies bullpen. Hit that sinker ball out away from him a little bit, and a bullet.
So the Phil's playing long ball and now leads 6-1. Steve Jeltz takes a strike. Jeltz has walked and scored a run and grounded out. Nothing in 2 to Jeltz. Struck him out. 2nd strikeout for Kurt Brown since he's been in there. 1 down here in the 7th. And they'll bring on the pitcher Don Carmen, who was sacrificed and grounded out. One and nothing to Carmen. Ball and a strike. St. Louis has taken a 1-0 lead on the Cubs. That's St. Louis. Right back at Brown, the pitcher. Carmen's retired. 2 down, and that'll bring up Milt Thompson. Cincinnati has got a 2-run single from Dave Parker, and they take a 2-1 lead over Atlanta. Mike Schmidt, 2 homers today, his career 2,000th major league hit.
Mike had to do that with a flare. You knew he wasn't going to get a single for that 2000th hit.
And his 2 home runs today mean more dollars for United Way. On Mike's home runs this year, United Way has just derived more money, and the total is up to $70,000. 40 area corporations donating $100 for each of Mike's home runs. 3-0 to Milt Thompson. Walked him on 4 pitches. Second walk given up by Brown. That'll bring up Jeff Stone, who's 1 for 3. He's grounded out, singled, and grounded sharply off the leg of Brown. Pitching coach Larry Bernard calling the bullpen. Thompson taken off, and Fitzgerald can't handle the pitch. Stolen base for Milt is 19th. Bills on top 6-1 here in the 7th inning. Randy St. Clair getting up.
The way that Fitzgerald fired out of there on that pitch, I think he might have been expecting a pitch out. He didn't get it, but
Thompson at second. It's 1-0 to Jeff Stone. Hits it down the left field line, foul ball. Ball at a strike to Stone. 30,209 the paid attendance here this afternoon. Base hit right field. Rounding third is Thompson. Mitch Webster's throw is going to be late. Stone moves up to second on the throw. And the Phillies lead it 7-1 as Stone knocks in his second run of the game.
Stoney's hit the ball good today. Robbed of a base hit his last time up, and he put a nice swing on this line drive hit.
So it's now 7-1 Phils. Stone at second base, and Juan Samuel the batter. He's hitless in 3 at bats. He has an 8-game hitting streak on the line. Beats a foul third base side.
Samuel is frustrated. He's had some good pitches and he's had some good swings. He just hasn't been able to get the real good part of the bat on the ball.
Back up the middle, base hit center field. Stone's going to score, and the Phillies now lead at 8-1 as Samuel now has hit safely in 9 straight games.
His 42nd RBI. Stung that ball right up the middle. Hit a good pitch too, low outside sinker. And that's going to be all for Kurt Brown.
Brown called up from Indianapolis. Jeff Stone getting the congratulations from his teammates. We have a pitching change. We're in the 7th at Olympic Stadium. We'll be back after this brief pause.
Bottom of the 6th, Phillies ahead 5-1. Tim Wallach leading off the inning for the Expos. 1 for 2 today. Fouls one back. The first pitch had been ball 1, so it's a 1-on-1 count to Wallach. Wallach in this series so far 6 for 10. Well, Jack Clark has doubled in a run to give the Cardinals a 1-0 lead over the Cubs. Out in the right center field, Thompson there. Nope, makes the catch. Wallach retired, 1 down in the 6th. The Mets, the Pirates, and the Astros will all be in on the Phillies' next homestand commencing Friday the 26th at 7:35. Don't forget we've got Gatorade Watch Day on Sunday that weekend. Pirates in for a rescheduled twilighter on Monday the 29th. Then the Astros come in beginning Thursday, July 2nd for a 4-game series and big fireworks on Friday the 3rd. Thompson going the other direction this time. Makes the play. Brooks is out. Deep to left center field.
The last 6 outs have all been to the outfield.
The Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. We wrote the book. Andres Galarraga will be the hitter. Pirates picked up their 3rd run, singled in by Rafael Belliard. Mets lead that game 4-3, bottom of the 4th. Galarraga today has struck out and flied to left. Andres batting .332. Came into the game with the 5th top average in the National League. 2-0. And here's a ground ball for Samuel. That breaks the outfielder streak. Samuel makes the play, and the Expos have gone in turn for the 2nd inning in a row. This ball game headed for the 7th inning with the Phillies holding a 5-1 lead.
Phillies leading 8-1.
Seen Casey Candell play 4 positions in this series. Center field, right field, second base, and shortstop.
He has played 5 for Montreal. We haven't seen him play left because, of course, Tim Raines has been out there for every inning. But before Raines joined the club in May, he played some left field also. He's been a valuable player for Buck Rogers. That's what all the minor league managers that had Candell told Buck at spring training. They said, you're not going to like this guy until you put him out there and watch him play. And then you'll like him. She does. Strong candidate for Rookie of the Year. Mike Schmidt has grounded out and hit 2 home runs. Knocked in 4 runs. One and nothing. Samuel at first base with 2 outs, 3 runs in. Phillies lead 8-1. Ball and a strike to Schmidt.
Goodbye.
That's well hit. Watch that baby. The 3rd home run of the game for Michael Jack Schmidt. And the Phillies now lead it by a score of 10-1. He's gotten them off 3 different pitchers.
Kind of a nice day for Mike Schmidt. He has 6 RBIs, 3 home runs. It's his 2001st hit. That's what you call doing it in style, Harry.
Yes, sir. Also has his batting average well above 300 now with his 3 for 4 afternoon.
Pitch was right down Broadway, and once again Tim Raines did not flinch.
Schmidt getting limbered up for Wrigley Field. Schmidt now has hit 25 career home runs here at Olympic Stadium, the most by far of any visiting player. Two and one to Hayes, who was double, grounded out, and walked. Two and two to Von Hayes. Schmidt gets himself right back up into that home run chase now with 16 homers. His fifth. That's well hit. That ball is out of here. Home run, Von Hayes. His sixth home run. Of the year, the Phillies now lead it 11-1.
Well, that's quite a display of long ball hitting today. Phillies' 10th hit, 4th home run. And a couple other players have decent days, but you wouldn't know it if you're going to compare. Wilson would settle for a bloop single. Here's the ball Vaughn hit. It was high out of the strike zone, but he really nailed it right in the bleachers.
Check swing foul, 1-1 to Wilson. Schmidt has now tied Mel Ott for 13th on the all-time home run list, 511. Next in line, Ernie Banks and Eddie Matthews with 512. Ground ball hit to Vance Law at second base. Wilson is retired. But the Phillies bat around in the inning, scoring 6 runs, 3 homers in the inning by Schmidt, by Hayes, and by Darren Dalton. 5 hits, no errors, and none left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 11-1 Phillies.
Announcing the
Law is out, 1 down. That'll bring on Mike Fitzgerald, the catcher, who's 2 for 2 and has knocked in the only run for Montreal this afternoon. One strike to Fitzgerald. Our trivia question of the afternoon brought to you by Blue Cross of Greater Philadelphia and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. Can you name this? This is a tough question, Whitey. Can you name the 2 cousins who finished 1 and 2 for the American League stolen base crown? Finished 1-2 stolen bases in the American League twice. They are cousins. Hit to center field. Thompson backtracking. Fitzgerald is out. 2 down.
Cousins by marriage or otherwise?
Real cousins.
That does make a big difference.
One of them once played for Philadelphia. Here's Reed Nichols. He's batting for the first time. 2 outs and no base runners.
I think I have his shirt.
Yeah. All right, now you got a good play by Rick Shue, and he can't get the ball out of his glove.
Stumbled over his feet.
Be an error on Shue.
Yeah, he had the ball, and now watch him. He stumbles here over his.
Rick will not want to save a replay of that.
That's not a Fred Astaire type move.
That'll bring on Casey Candell.
The dancing bear on that one.
1-0 to Candell, who's nothing for 3. Two-0 to Casey Candell. Three and nothing. Three balls and a strike. Schmidt is the 3rd National League player to hit 3 homers in a game this season. The others being Tim Wallach and Eric Davis. Eric against the Phillies. Line to left field. Stone over quickly to cut it off. Double relay gets through. Goes into the dugout. Nichols will score, and Candell ends up at 3rd base.
He might. Jeltz will get an error. Throwing the ball by Samuel. Had Jeltz let that ball go that Stone threw, they might have had Candell at 2nd. Cut it off and then whipped it right on by Samuel. Weird play.
So a run is in. It's now 11-2. Make that 11-3 as Webster singles home Candell. These runs will be unearned. Webster at first with 2 outs for Tim Raines. Tim Raines is hitless today. His line to deep left, fly to deep left, flied out. Ron Osteen, Phillies pitching coach, would like to see Don Carmen stay in this game. Bullpen's been used considerably in the first 2 games of this series. And when you have a 4-game series at Wrigley Field, you know the bullpen's going to be used in that ballpark. Hard ground ball. Shue has this one.
Ooh.
Almost a wide throw. It is a wide throw. It gets through Samuel, and the Phillies are self-destructing defensively.
Another error, this one on Shue.
The 3rd error in the inning.
Shue's 2nd in the inning. A routine play. The ball was hit sharply, and Shue made a good catch on it. He threw it wide. What's going on here? That's 5 outs so far in this inning.
In the air to right field, pretty deep, but Wilson back there in front of the warning track makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Montreal scoring 2 runs in the inning, both unearned. 2 hits, 3 Philly errors, and 2 men left. We move to the 8th with a score Phillies 11 and Montreal 3. One strike to Darren Dalton, who's 1 for 3. Phillies lead 11-3. We're in the 8th. Ball on the strike to Dutch Dalton. He pops him up third base side. Reed Nichols makes the play. Dalton is out, one down, and that'll bring on Steve Jeltz. Jeltz has walked, grounded out, and struck out. Ball and no strikes to Jeltz. Line drive, short hop nicely by Candell, and he throws out Jeltz. I'll tell you, guy, wherever you put him, does a good job. 2 down.
And this ball was hit hard. Short hopped it. Made it look easy.
Casey Candell. Here's Don Carmen. He's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice. The Olds connection, Oldsmobile quality. Feel it. Two strikes to Carmen. Got him on 3 pitches. No runs, hits, or errors, and none left. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Phillies leading Montreal by a score of 11-3. And leading off from Montreal will be a pinch hitter for St. Clair.
Wallace Johnson.
Johnson coming out to bat for Randy St. Clair. Fouls off the first pitch. 1 strike to Wallace Johnson. Johnson hitting at .231, switch hitter. Batting .216 left-handed, .500 right-handed, 1 for 2 right-handed. Ball and 2 strikes to Wallace Johnson. Our trivia question of the afternoon brought to you by Blue Cross of Greater Philadelphia, Pennsylvania Blue Shield. Can you name the 2 cousins who finished 1-2 for the American League stolen base crown? They did it 2 years in the American League.
Well, one of them was that Jose Cardinal.
That is correct. Jose Cardinal. Off the glove of Carmen. Be a hit for Wallace Johnson.
Like Carmen had this ball right in his mitt. Squirted out.
So Wallace Johnson at first base, and the batter will be Andres Galarraga, who is struck out, line to left and grounded out. Fair ball down the left field line, going all the way to the corner. Wallace Johnson being waved around third. He'll score, and Galarraga at second with a double. And it's now 11-4, the Phillies lead. Galarraga's 18th double of the year, and he knocks in run number 40.
Rookie Shue playing way off the line there, and Galarraga really doesn't pull the ball that much. But he got that one right over the bag.
That'll bring on Vance Law. Vance is 2 for 3. One strike to Law.
Jose Cardinal, and how about Luis Aparicio?
Oh, good guess, incorrect. Bert Campaneris.
Yeah, that's right.
Beat Campaneris. 2 quick strikes to Vance Law. Hits are even at 10 apiece, with the Phillies lead 11-4. Phillies have banged out 5 homers, 3 of them by Mike Schmidt. Ball and 2 strikes to Law. Struck him out. Just the second strikeout for Carmen. 1 down here in the 8th, and that'll bring on Mike Fitzgerald, who has singled twice and flied out. Bob McClure, a left-hander, up in Montreal's bullpen. Kent DeCovey up in the Phillies bullpen. Popped him up, foul and playable. Von Hayes makes the catch. Fitzgerald is out. And it'll bring on Reed Nichols, the third baseman. It's DeCovey.
Culver will get some work in Wrigley Field, Chicago. Like a sinker baller there.
Reed Nichols has been safe on an error in his only at bat. One and nothing to Nichols. Phillies will be at Wrigley Field tomorrow. We'll be televising all 4 games from Wrigley. Tomorrow afternoon's game at 4 o'clock. Tuesday at 2 with Phillies preview. Wednesday at 2 and Thursday at 4.
All those late starts there, huh?
Got 2 of the late starts, Monday and Thursday. Two and 2 to Reed Nichols. Full count. Galarraga at second base and 2 outs. Fouls another one out of play. They're in the bottom of the 7th at Pittsburgh. Mets leading Pittsburgh by a score of 7-3. Keith Hernandez and Darryl Strawberry have homered in that game. Johnny Ray has hit 1 for Pittsburgh. St. Louis still leads the Cubs 1-0 after 5. Danny Cox against Scott Sanderson. Cincinnati 3-1 over Atlanta. They're in the bottom half of the 6th inning at Cincinnati. Houston at Los Angeles, San Diego at San Francisco later. That is hit to deep center field. Ball is out of here. Home run, Reed Nichols. And it is now an 11-6 game. The Phillies lead it. Reed Nichols pounding one over the center field fence.
sixth homer in this game. The Phillies have hit 5, and now Montreal won, and John Felsky is going to come out and bring in Kent Tekulve, I believe. A 3-2 fastball and right down the heart of the plate.
Nichols' second home run of the year. The American League, Milwaukee leading New York by a score of 3-0. The Brewers, though, made 2 pitching changes in the 8th inning. Jim Ganner a home run for Milwaukee. Boston and Detroit tied 1-1 bottom of the 8th. Toronto and Baltimore 1-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Jesse Barfield a J homer, his 17th. We have a pitching change here at Olympic Stadium in Montreal. Phil's lead by a score of 11-6, and we'll be back after this brief pause.
It's a day of the best.
Kent Tekulve is the Phillies' new pitcher coming on here in the 8th inning with the Phils leading by a score of 11-6. Teague leads the league in appearances. This is his 33rd game. A win, 2 losses, 2 saves, a 3.29 ERA. And Casey Candell will be the first one to face Tekulve with 2 outs, nobody on base, and 3 runs across. Candell is 1 for 4 with a double. One strike to Candell. Ground ball, nice grab by Hayes to Tekulve, covering it in time to get Candell. And the Expos are out of the 8th. They score 3 runs in the inning, 3 hits, no errors, leave none. We move to the 9th inning with a score. Phil's 11, Montreal 6.
They have a story to tell, and they tell it in song. TV Music for You presents Once Upon a Song. 34 great hits performed by the world's best-loved musical storytellers.
Wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you. I learned the truth at 17. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain.
Freedom is just another word for nothing else.
Once Upon a Song brings you over 2 hours of classic story songs by the artists who made them famous.
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind. He was willing to make a deal.
I heard my mama cry. I heard her pray the night Chicago died. I knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you. Mama told me let's go. Today, Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Once Upon a Song on 2 cassettes or 2 CDs. This offer is not available in stores, so call now. Call toll-free to order Once Upon a Song. 2 cassettes, $21.99, 2 CDs, $26.99, plus shipping. Have your credit card ready and call now.
This Sunday on ESPN Classic.
Let's play some pool.
Find out how far a hustler will go.
I'm gonna win 10 grand in one night.
To get his big break.
How can I lose?
Sometimes winning it all.
I'm the best there is.
Means losing everything.
Everybody wants a piece of me.
Paul Newman and Jackie Gleason star in a real classic, The Hustler. This Sunday night at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, only on ESPN Classic.
Bob McClure, the new pitcher for Montreal, appearing in his 21st game. 3 wins, 1 loss, no saves, a 4.43 ERA. 20 in the 3rd innings he's pitched, 17 hits, 10 earned runs, 14 strikeouts, and 8 walks. Milt Thompson leading off. Thompson is 1 for 3. He has struck out, singled, struck out, and walked. Line to center field, and Whittingham right there. Sound number 1 here in the ninth. The batter will be Jeff Stone. Stone's 2 for 4 with 2 runs batted in and 2 runs scored. Phillies lead 11-6. We're in the ninth. Missing with a breaking ball. Got that breaking ball over. Phillies AAA club, the Maine Guides, were beaten today by Pawtucket 8-4. In the air to right field, Webster puts it away. Stone is out, 2 down. Joe Cowley lost that game. Cowley has struggled at Maine. He's 2-5. Juan Samuel is 1 out of 4, keeping a hitting streak going at 9 straight games. Two and nothing. Base hit off the glove of the diving Casey Candell, and Samuel has his second hit. He's a 2-out base runner for Rick Shue. Shue batting for the first time, came in for Mike Schmidt.
Jumped on that 2-0 fastball and hit it sharply. Candell, had he gloved it, he wouldn't have been able to make a play at first, but he gave it a good try.
Shue batting .263, 4 homers. He's knocked in 9. Has 14 hits in his last 30 at bats. Another hit for Shue. Samuel will hold on at second base. And the Phillies have 2 men on base here in the ninth, with 2 outs for Bon Hayes. Hayes is 2 for 3. He's doubled, grounded out, walked, and homered. Phillies with 2 men on base, 2 outs here in the ninth, leading 11-6. 1 strike to Hayes.
There have been some hits sprayed around this ballpark this weekend.
Really?
Expos had 19 on Friday night. 22 hits by both clubs yesterday.
The center field, Whittingham backtracking in front of the warning track, makes the catch, and the Phillies are out in the ninth inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. Phil's lead 2. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's Phillies 11 and Montreal 6. Mitch Webster will lead off for Montreal here in the ninth inning. He has singled in 3 official at bats and knocked in a run. Detroit has edged Boston 2-1, a final score. Jack Morris the winner. He's 9-2. He's won a major league high 8 in a row. Bruce Hurst lost it. He's 7-5. Get on the ground to Samuel. Webster's out, 1 down. We'll bring on Tim Raines, and Tim has a 9-game hitting streak on the line. batting a lusty .515 in the last 9 games. He was hitting .500 against Phillies pitching, but has taken an 0 for 4 collar today.
If he doesn't bunt, he'll hit it hard somewhere. He doesn't bunt very often, though. He's a pretty good bunter.
His 0 for 4 has dropped that average down to .370. One and nothing to Raines. Hit to shortstop Jeltz. Raines is out, 2 down. An 0 for 5 collar for Raines. That's hard to believe.
Probably done it before against the Phillies, but I can't remember when it would be.
Really? Oh, he seems to mix in a walk or something in there. Herman Whittingham will bat for the first time. He has an 11-game hitting streak. He has one shot at keeping that hitting streak alive right now, hitting at .291. One strike to Whittingham. Ball on the strike. Foul ball, left field side. McCulvey in front of him, 1-2. Ken DeCulvey came into the 8th for Don Carmen. Phillies have hit 5 home runs in the game, 3 of them by Mike Schmidt, and lead 11-6. Two and two. Full count to Whittingham.
I think he wants to take that pitch again.
Still 3-2 to Herman Whittingham. Hit on the ground to Steve Jeltz. Should be the ball game. It is. Whittingham is out. So are the Expos in the ninth. No runs, hits, or errors, and none left. DeCulvey retiring all 4 that he faces as the Phils win by a score of 11-6.